Hello, hello, Tom. How you doing?
All right, all right. Doing well. How you doing, Steve?
Fantastic. Things couldn't be better. Crazy busy market. It's been a lot of fun. I'm going to take a quick second, Tom, to introduce you and tell the 3 or 4 people out there that may not know how amazing you are, just how amazing you are, if that's okay.
Hey, you bet.
All right. Yeah, so Tom went from owning Remax franchises to get this right here. He was the #1 worldwide top producer for Keller Williams, not once, not twice, but 7 times. Pretty amazing to be on top that long. If you haven't seen Tom, you can catch him on Fox News, CBS News, ABC, KCRA, NBC, ESPN, Wall Street Journal. Guy is everywhere, not just crushing business in Northern California, but you can find him probably even on Nickelodeon. I don't know that for sure, but for sure you'll catch him with Barbara Cochran. And today I want to talk to Tom a little bit. When you have an opportunity to pick the brain of one of the greatest ever, Michael Jordan, Tom, Dave, same thing. I want to get some tips for anyone out there working the business like I am. And then I want to talk to him why he made a pretty big move a while back. So Tom, how you doing today?
Hey man, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Happy Friday. How you doing, Steve?
Great, man. It is Friday. I forget all these days seem to run together anymore. So Yep. I want to ask you a few things today. What I'd like to do is for audiences watching, mine and yours, that are in real estate day to day, trying to figure it out. This is a huge opportunity for us to talk to somebody like you. What's the best advice you would give to somebody in this business?
Well, I'd like to take that back to when I first got started in the real estate business. When I first started, I was getting everything thrown at me, and I was doing a little bit of everything. I was knocking on doors. I was making phone calls. I was calling expireds, for sale by owners. I was showing buyers, showing sellers. And then I quickly learned, I was just overwhelmed, that I really needed to focus on one particular thing and then build on that and then master that. And the first part of kind of business that I got was an expired listing. And so then I focused on expired listings, and then I became somewhat of the expired king here in the local market. But what that also forced me to do is because, the best time to call an expired is first thing in the morning. It forced me to stick to my schedule and have a calendar. So those are just a couple of things right out of the gate that come to mind. Is focus on one thing that's going to work, and then once you master that, then go on and build on top of that. And then also focus on your schedule. Put it in your schedule. If it's not in your schedule, it doesn't exist. And there's really 3 things that have always, I believe, that have helped me succeed. And I learned these young in my real estate career. Number 1 is mindset. When I first started in the real estate business, I didn't really have a growth-minded mindset. I didn't even know what it was. But I was lucky enough to have my broker mentor. We jumped on a plane and we flew to LAX. We went to the Los Angeles Coliseum, and we saw one of the first positive mental attitude conferences. There was Earl Nightingale. There was Clement Stone. There was, Zig Ziglar. There was Jim Rohn. And so that was the first taste that I had of growth-minded, positive mind, think big, go big. So the first key that I learned is mindset. The second key was how you spend your time. And I learned that you need to be disciplined with your time in your calendar. It's kind of the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle. 20% of your activities will give you 80% of the results. And usually in the morning, make a mess in the morning and then clean it up in the afternoon. And then the third thing that I learned is who you spend your time with. Jim Rohn says you're the sum total of the 5 people you spend most time with. So I kind of started there and built on that. And it's just been a lot of fun.
Man, there's a lot in there. That was really good. Thank you. So when you say going back, you say, pick an area and master it. Yeah. And I think, that's one of the areas where I missed in. I did just like you, I did expireds, but I didn't master expireds before I moved on. I just got good at it. And I think that's the difference between being great and being a legend like Tom Daves. So how do you master something when you want to dive into it that in depth?
Time. It just takes time on task, right? So you have to, I'm a visual guy, and I'm a guy that I have to get in and actually do it, and then practice it, and then role play and scripts, and then role play and scripts. And repetition is the mother of learning. So just continue. I still do role play and scripts right now with my team and with others. You take a look at any successful sports athlete that's really, making an impact on a high level. You could go down the list. Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Jerry Rice. They were the first guy to show up and then the last guy to be there. So it's just going to take time. And I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'll work harder and longer than anybody else. And so that's going to give me an unfair advantage.
That is really good and true. And it's just like, I compared you to Michael Jordan, and he was relentless. There's a book called Relentless, actually, that's really good that talks about that. You said, the calendar being part of the key. The early mornings. Success leaves clues, and you're dumping a bunch of them out there right there. So I don't mean to pick them all apart, but when you calendar your day, and it's something that we try to teach our agents as well, because our coach, it took him 3 years to get us to actually commit to the calendar like that, but it changed our lives. How do you build your calendar? Do you build it around, faith, family, then business? Like, what goes into your calendar?
Okay, great question. So Jesse Itzler is one of my coaches, and he has a big ass calendar for the year program. And so I signed up for the Big Ass Calendar Club. So I've got this big ass calendar. It's the whole calendar for the whole year, 365 days in the year. So I've got that out. And then the first thing I do is time with the family, time with the vacation. And I put that in there first. And some of those, like late in the year, I don't even really know for sure where we're going yet, but I've got those times blocked out. And the one thing that I've found is that if you don't have your vacation times blacked out, you're just going to keep working and working and working, and you're not going to have there's not going to be any pressure to, hey, we've got to get this done because we're going on vacation for next week, right? So, I'm sure you've experienced. I think the last day before vacation, man, I get so much done that last day, right? So, so start with, the vacation and the family time, and then the personal time. And then, of course, my health and workout. I'm a workout addict. Love that. And then from there, it goes down into the time at work and, the lead generation in the morning, and then the meetings in the afternoon. So to be honest, I the goal is for me to do the calendar every night, the night before, but to be honest with you, I'm hanging out with the family and it's 8, 9 o'clock. I go to bed like at 8:30 or 9. I'm solar powered. When the sun comes up, I get up. When the sun goes down, I go down. So in a perfect world, I would recommend do your calendar the night before, but I'm trying, right? I'm not perfect.
You're doing good. There's gold in that too. And I'll tell you what, this helps me. Hopefully it helps everybody that's watching today. We get busy in our business and with our families, and we all are the busiest we've ever been if we're trying to be successful. So when I don't think I have time to hit the gym, I look at people like Tom, and I'm like, well, Tom's selling 1,000 homes and he hit his workout. Now he's on the bike. Now he's on a one wheel by the pool. Makes it real hard to give any validity to your own excuses when you can watch somebody. So going back to that, surround yourself you are the equal to who you surround yourself with, the 5 people. I think it's important to keep people, like, we can't all be Tom's friend, in reality, but we can follow people like that and like Tom and be inspired instead of, people that are holding us back. So I think that was another great point that you made.
Yeah, and accountability too, right? I mean, we achieve so much more success. I mean, if you have written down goals, you have a 50% chance of achieving them. But if you write them down and if you tell others that you're going to do it, you have an accountability, you have up to a 96% chance of success. I mean, why not put the odds in your favor, right?
That's right. Yeah. And I actually was wanting fitness as one of my goals. And when I really committed to it, the first time was with the 75 Hard, which you were part of. And we had that group accountability, which keeps you on track. And all of us that stuck out got fit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good. Well, you talked about the team, and I don't think anybody does it at a level that you do, where everyone gets together, trains on scripts. I've seen the spin the wheel contest. I mean, there's a lot of accountability and structure in your office. How important is it for those of us that have teams to really dial in and make culture, something bigger?
Yeah, it's tantamount. I've just found that if you have accountability and if you have everyone getting together at the same time in the morning. Before pre-COVID, I mean, we would meet in the office at 8:30, grab our coffee at 8:45. We would start our role play and our scripts, and we would be high-fiving. We'd have the music cranking up, and then it was time for the lead generation from 9 to 11. And post-COVID, now we're just doing it online. We have, our huddle every morning. We get on the huddle, get on the Zoom, and we have some motivation mojo, and we're doing our role play and our scripts. And then I give them some coaching. And then everybody just, a lot of, like on Friday this morning, everybody just stayed on the Zoom. I said, okay, mute out and everybody make your calls and then post them over in the memo. And it kind of makes it fun, but it's really important because let's face it. I mean, in real estate, there are distractions, there are issues, there's drama, there's, our phone's blowing up. And the further into the day, the further off course we can get. So if you just focus on mastering the morning, then you're gonna win the day, right?
Yep.
So that's what
consistency. It's doing the little things consistently.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be great. I just want to be consistent, right?
Yep. And that made you consistently great.
Yeah. So, what that is, yeah, that's money right there. Absolutely. Because everybody kind of wants that new, sharp, shiny object, shiny bullet. Hey, I want to do this. I want to do that. But, that's not what it's all about. It's just mastering the basics and being consistent for sure. Definitely.
Very good. And then you made a big move. I don't remember exactly how long you were at your last brokerage, but it had to have been, 10, 15 years?
Yeah, I was at Keller Williams for 19 years. And, one of my favorite sayings is from Wayne Gretzky, Steve. You have to skate to where the puck is going to be. And whether it was through my entire career, whether it was traditional real estate or REOs, I was selling 400 or 500 homes a year for all of the banks. Or I hooked up with a huge fund, Blackstone Private Equity, sold them 600 homes in about a year. Plus I've bought and sold, hundreds of flips. And then I had a big team at Keller Williams Realty. But one thing I noticed is my margins started to shrink, the expenses started to creep. And plus, I wasn't able to scale and expand without the capital risk. And that was when I heard about eXp Realty. And there were really, 4 key pillars that intrigued me. Number one, the economic model. Cloud-based company. We don't have the brick and mortar that really doesn't add any value to the consumer or much value to the agent. great split. So the economic model is just a great first pillar. The second was the stock. We all get stock in the company, and once we reach certain milestones, we get our cap back in stock. So we're virtually here at 100%. In fact, most of us here are getting paid to be at this company, and we're not a franchise, so there's no franchise fee, there's no royalty fee, no 6%. So again, first pillar was the economic model that I said, okay. Second was the stock. I was like, okay, well, it's getting better. Then the third was the revenue share. And I was familiar with the profit share at KW and some other share systems, but the revenue share just totally blew me away with the opportunity to create residual income and support my family in a way that I was accustomed to, and then even more. Because let's face it, in real estate, I mean, I've been in the business over 35 years, and I've always had that fear that, man, if I take my foot off the gas pedal, then my income's going to slow down and my lifestyle is going to slow down. And it was this constant pressure, because you're only good as the last deal. You wake up every morning, okay, I got to go make another deal, make another sale, right? And it's like, I don't know if you want to call it a hamster wheel or a treadmill or what, but the stock and the revenue share really gave me more, gave me hope and gave me, the future. And then the fourth pillar is, and we talked about it before, Steve, and that's the collaboration and the community. I mean, I've traveled the country. I've paid thousands of dollars to get in the room with agents so we could collaborate and mastermind on what they're doing, what's going to happen next, and where you can go. And now we have all of that right here at this company. It's just crazy. So I heard those four pillars, and I made the move over to EXP 2 years ago, and it's just going great. I love it. And not only do I believe that this is where the puck is now, it's definitely where it's going to be. And man, if you don't believe me, look at the stock, right? Is that crazy?
Oh my goodness.
Wow. So made the move, and I love it.
I'm so happy to hear that. We have a collection of lanyards that's massive that to us is priceless, but we've spent hundreds of thousands on traveling the country to learn. And now all those people that we went and seen on stages are here, and we're all collaborating together. And that alone is the best thing ever. I came for the revenue share. That's what attracted me. But that's the reason I'm so behind this company right now, is just that collaboration. It's helping us all really fast.
Yeah. You know what? And there's really no economic incentive either. I mean, Steve and I, we're in the same company, and so we support each other. So the support that we have amongst our team and plus we're having a lot of fun, man. Dang. Are you going to Cabo?
Oh yeah, we wouldn't miss it. Yeah,
right.
The EXP parties are pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Good. I'm watching Tom, millionaires be made. Like people just taking the 6% from what they used to spend in the franchise fee, 1% in their pocket, and investing into the stock. I mean, stock today, $102 something. Like I know nothing about stock, but I know I got a lot now.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Absolutely. And, to be honest with you, I'm really not doing anything different than what I was doing before. I mean, I'm selling real estate, I'm serving clients, and I'm, working with other agents. And, I've always invested about 5% in a SEP IRA account, moved that over, of course, to EXP, and it's pretty damn good right now.
It's been a lot of fun. I know you're not supposed to watch it every day, but I'm guilty of looking 40 times a day. Well, Tom, I know you got a super busy schedule. It's a complete honor to have you on. And how do people connect with you to learn more about EXP or how to move faster in real estate? What's the best way?
Yeah, just reach out to tomdaves.com.
Mm-hmm. I highly recommend you do that. Tom, you're a fantastic guy. I'm lucky to be in this company with you, and I appreciate you coming on today.
Hey, it's an honor. Thanks, Steve. Have a good weekend.
You too, buddy. Take care.
See you later.